you how I make homemade sour cream. I actually learned this method from Acre Homestead, another YouTuber that has helped me actually with a lot of these basic type things, learning how to do these things. So go follow her, she's awesome. But to make my sour cream, all I use is heavy whipping cream. I have 2 different brands here. It really doesn't matter as long as it's heavy whipping cream. And then you also need yogurt. I would prefer whole milk yogurt. I could not find any at the store, which is also why I wanted to learn how to make a lot of these basics, because I am having a hard time finding some things, and if I can have other ways of getting those things. Our family does like sour cream. My husband and I enjoy it on a lot of dishes, and I actually like it with my hot Cheetos, which also have been scarce lately. But anyways, little treat for myself, I know, full of things that I probably shouldn't eat very often, when I don't eat them very often actually, especially now that you can't find them. But I like to dip my hot Cheetos in sour cream. I learned that from an old roommate and a really good friend of mine, so love it. Anyways, you'll want yogurt that only has just the milk, cream, and live active cultures. You want something that has 4, 5, 6 live active cultures listed on it. So look for that. No other preservatives, no other fillers, because you don't want anything messing with the fermentation process with your heavy whipping cream, because you want your sour cream to be a probiotic. And that's one of the big differences between making your own and what most everything in the store. By the time it gets to the store, it has lost pretty much all its probiotics, if it ever even had it. So what I'm learning is that a lot of sour cream, they kind of fake it with a lot of fillers and preservatives and using things to stiffen up the milk or cream, so that they don't have to go through this process, because it does take several hours. But it's not active hours, right? We're just gonna spend maybe a minute whipping this up, whipped heavy whipping cream, and whipping it up and then throwing it in the oven just to keep it in a warm spot. The oven's not on. It was on earlier. I do like to do this after I've had the oven on for a minute, so that it will already be a little bit warm. I have a gas oven. I just turn the oven light on to hold that temperature a little bit, and just let it be for 10, 12 hours. The longer you let it sit, the stiffer your sour cream will turn out. So all we're gonna do is take our heavy whipping cream. I'm gonna do 2 of these pint-sized jars. Filling it most of the way. I didn't even open this one yet. And people will say, well, this is not that much cheaper, if not, and sometimes more expensive than the stuff that you can get at the store. That's true. That's not my point. I know I am trying to really learn how to be more and more frugal, but sometimes you just need to know how to do this for the sake of if it doesn't become available to you. Also, like I said, I like it because it's a probiotic. We don't eat a lot of yogurt here, and so we need another way to get our probiotics in. Wow, that is already really thick. All right, so fill it up most of the way, and then we are literally just going to take a heaping spoonful. This is the good stuff. So again, this is not going to necessarily be cheaper than your, Kroger brand sour cream or Daisy even, usually. But look how stiff this is. This is awesome. But it's going to be a lot better. And not to say that we won't ever use store-bought sour cream. We still do, right? But right now it's a little bit scarce to find. And I do like having the probiotic available to us. All right, so big old chunk of it. Plop that in. Plop this in and over here. Give it a stir. If you know you're going to use all of your heavy whipping cream that you have, like this one that I knew I was going to finish it off, I leave it at room temperature for 30 minutes, an hour before I do this, just so that it's not already going in the oven already cold, and so then the temperature has to come down even further. And I'm not even using all of this yogurt here. One thing I did learn the hard way is that, because I just use these little yogurts, because again, we don't eat a whole lot of yogurt here, is that if I keep this covered in the fridge, I can use it again within a few days. But when I used it a week later, even though it was fine to eat, like it's not poisonous or anything, I think the enzymes or something break down. Somebody tell me, give me some science behind that. But the enzymes or something break down in it, and it won't stiffen up the sour cream as much. My last sour cream kind of came out a little bit more like a yogurt consistency. Not bad, but I think that was the difference. So we give that a quick stir. And I don't mind putting dairy in with dairy to hold it for a second. Just gonna clean off the rim here. So we get a good seal. Don't want any leakage in my oven with dairy. Gross. All right. Throw this on. Throw this on. Take a towel, kind of a bigger towel. You can use a bath towel or a large hand towel if you have it, something that's going to insulate it. So we'll do like so. Put our sour cream here. Put this one over here. Wrap it up like a good little baby. And then we will move it to the oven. All right, so my oven is off, but it's still warm from the last item I pulled out. I'm gonna turn my oven light on, and we are going to stick in our, I'm just sticking them in this just to hold them, and in they go. And we'll be back in about 12 hours. All right. It's been 12 hours. It's late. Actually, it's been like 14 hours. Sour cream has been in here, and it's not hot or anything, or, I mean, I can touch everything. It's a nice temperature. All right, let's take a peek inside. Ooh, you hear that? I don't know if you could hear it. Let's see if you hear it in this one. Ooh. See the foam? That's a good sign. It's a good sign. It's going to be really liquidy right now. See? This is normal. Do not be alarmed if yours comes out runny. This one is stiffer. Remember that second batch of heavy whipping cream that was thicker? That's this one. It's definitely thicker, so it'll probably turn out better. Or thicker, I should say. It's not better, it's just stiffer. So we'll screw these back on. And put them in the fridge until the morning. And I'll see you in the morning so you can look at how they've stiffened up. All right. Wait, open this guy up. I stirred it once already, but looky here. Nice and thick. If it comes out a little thinner than this, then you will just let it sit a little longer. I always put a plastic one on, and then it can be stored for a couple weeks. Ta-da!